everybody, and welcome to the Don't Be Mad podcast, your weekly dose of the guys kicking back, shooting the shit, and enjoying this random fall day in the middle of winter. I'm your boy Matthew, aka Lefty Luck, and I'm joined here as always with
Jamali
and Jason. What's up?
Feeling good, feeling nice. Like I said, it's a random fall day in the dead of winter.
More year-in review stuff.
Yeah, we're gonna kick that off. You know, I don't know if you want to jump into that right away.
Yeah, we might as well.
Might as well. Hey, chill. We might as well start off how we always do. You know, how was your guys' week?
Our
How's the
mental health is
life?
great, and we should start on to what's important.
What's the rush, Jamali?
I got places to be, bro.
Home?
Yes, I need to be home.
Okay, well, you can wait. There's no rush for that. You think we all don't want to be home? But we're here now for our loyal listeners. So just relax a bit. What about you, Jason? How was your week? How's the mental health?
Good, man. Just came from looking at a place, so I'm just chilling right now.
The hunt's picking up a bit, getting a little bit closer to your goal.
We actually saw one just before I got here, so that's going to be the deciding factor, so we're going to see. But, yeah, it's most likely going to be a January, February thing for sure. 100% for sure it's going to be in February. Has to be, at least.
Winter moves, man.
Yeah,
Those
that's
are
good.
brutal.
Nothing on the road. I don't
Okay,
mind.
no, it should be like easier, but still, it's like hopefully it's not on a day where it's like a storm or
I
blizzard
don't
or
want to
anything.
deal with that summer sweatiness and all that nonsense. I'm happy with that.
Nah, bro, you rather move in the summer, fam.
Nope.
Well,
I
the
have a
only, the
car.
only thing that's like a bit of a down is like I said, like if you get like one of those bad weather days and like you have to like be all super bundled up and everything while you're trying to move all that furniture.
Nah, that's fine. That's fine. It's not
Unless
cold.
you just hire people to do it.
As I don't have much to move.
Yeah, I
either,
mean,
so.
he's rich. He could afford to hire a few folks.
Hey, don't tell me.
Why are you watching his pockets, man?
I'm not watching his pocket. I'm just saying.
Chill, man.
No one's watching nobody's
Don't
pocket.
watch his pockets, man.
No, you're the biggest exaggerator on earth, bro.
Hey, you're the one talking about his money, man. Like, yo.
I'm just saying he's rich. I didn't talk about money.
No, whoa, chill.
You assume
yo,
rich.
Yo, hold it down, man.
Shut the fuck
hold
up.
Hold it down.
Yo, honestly,
Hold it
shut the fuck
down.
up. You have one more
Why
warning.
are you telling him?
You
Yo,
have
the
one
people
more
don't need to
warning.
know
Hey.
what's going on in Jason's bank account, okay?
I never said anything about
Let
his
the
bank
man
account.
live.
Okay, so let's move on to the show, please. Because
All right, yo, relax. I had a great week, too.
no one asked you how your week was. Because no one
Jamali,
cares.
man. Jamali. Allow it.
Oh, God.
Allow it. Unfortunately, in the Premier League, Chelsea lost 2 matches that really hurt my heart. But then in the Champions League today, they beat Lille, securing their spot in the knockout round of 16. So we are on the move. I'm loving it, feeling great. Hopefully, we end up lined up with a team that we have some hope for. But you know what? It's been a good week, man. It's been a good week. And Broncos won 2 in a row, which kind of bugged me because I feel like Drew Lock is saving Elway's job right now. But I felt good because it was like, hey, it's 2 in a row. That's nice. You know, a little pick me up. So yeah, I've been having a pretty good week. So should we jump into some music talk, you know?
Well-
Keep this, or do you want to do like
Music news first. First of all, let's talk about Nick Cannon trying to assassinate himself for some odd apparent reason.
assassinate himself?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you were going to mention that he just dropped like 2 new diss tracks to Eminem.
Yeah, which is hot garbage. And that's
Like, but you know,
what I mean.
the reason he did is because Eminem like dissed him on the track that he has with the Griselda dudes, and I was just like first off, like when I heard the Griselda album, I'm like, yo, this is what the streets need. This shit, man. Like hip hop needs this shit. It's about fucking time. But Eminem's verse was actually like really good, and then he started going in on like the Mariah Carey, fucking Nick Cannon shit again. I was like, we've been here before.
Nick,
Like,
I told you
why?
I've told you many times before. Eminem goes after pop stars and
Yeah.
nothing else. Doesn't go after any rappers, legit rappers. Even Charlamagne on Breakfast Club was going, who has Eminem really gone up against? Except I can't even forget. All these unknown dudes. Like Eminem has never.
He doesn't even want to smoke with Button, bro. This guy is. Eminem's
He doesn't
a
go
fag.
against anyone. That's why I don't back
Like,
Eminem.
What I just don't get about it, it's like
But why would you go
get
after
put
Mariah
in a
Carey?
position where you're with like these young, hungry artists who've literally been this 2019 have been putting out nothing but fucking project after project, and they've all been hot. And you get your opportunity to jump on with these guys and just put out a nice fucking verse where you just spit fucking bars, and you use like a good 16 of the 60 they gave you to attack somebody that nobody gives a fuck. It's like 15 Ja Rule going after each other again. It's like no one fucking cares anymore.
Like, I blame Eminem for making Nick Cannon rap. Essentially, that's
Yeah.
what it is. I'm for making like, why would you do that? What's the? I don't get the point.
No, I didn't
the
get
point.
why he put that, like Eminem put that verse out, and then
And
I didn't
Nick
even
Cannon-
bother checking out the Nick Cannon. Like I
Garbage.
heard he
Hot
put out
garbage.
two, and I was like, I'm not even gonna bother with this because
It's
like
hot garbage.
I wasn't happy to hear what Eminem said in that verse where he didn't need to bring up the two of them at all, and then for Nick Cannon to, well, I mean, I get why he did it, but I'm not gonna fucking check it out. Like fuck that shit.
But let's also put it into perspective. The only reason why he was on that album is because they're signed to his label.
Who fucking cares?
That's the only reason why. No one wants to do a record with him. Who cares? Who's looking for Eminem these days?
Dude, people still do tracks
Nobody's
with Eminem.
looking for Eminem, bro.
Look, people still do.
The only time I look for
tracks with
Eminem is when I'm in a corner store.
Okay, that's you.
And I'm looking to try and get a
Look,
snack.
I'm not sitting here trying to defend if I want to hear Eminem in 2019.
Eminem's
I'm just
not
saying when I
relevant.
hear him, I'd rather not hear him talk about the same shit he talked about 5 years
Well, that's
ago.
he's been doing for
Like, he's been
albums
doing
over
that for like
albums.
10 years.
I'm not going against that.
So then I don't
All
know
I'm
why you're
saying is,
surprised.
Well, look, you give him 60 bars where he's on a track with artists who are just spitting fucking bars. You would hope, hey, just give us bars.
You
No,
know why?
he's
You know
not
why?
able to
I'll
do
tell you
that.
exactly why, Jamal. I'll tell you exactly why. Because he.
Don't tell me. Tell him.
No, I'm gonna tell why he always attacks people. That's all he has. That's all
No,
he
I
has.
know. And it bugged me.
And he's always
And it
been
literally
that way.
bugged
But the
me.
thing is, he's always been that way from since he came out. He's always been that way. That's all he has. Making fun of pop stars and people like Nick
Women.
Cannon and stuff
It's
like
not
that.
even pop stars.
And women.
It's women. The
Yeah.
only pop star male that he went after was Moby. Like,
In
bro,
sync, all the
Moby,
people too.
shit,
he didn't go after,
Everlast.
he didn't go after Christina Aguilera, Britney Spears, Mariah Carey,
How did his beef with Machine Gun Kelly even start?
because Machine Gun Kelly made a comment about his daughter, like saying she like.
Nah, because they had blocked him. They had blocked him
he
from.
said he wanted to hit on her.
No, it was he made a comment about.
Yeah, Machine Gun Kelly said he wanted to hook up with his
Yeah, she
daughter.
was beautiful and whatnot.
Yeah.
Eminem got offended because obviously he's like, well, you're not allowed to call my daughter pretty because no one can make an observation on Eminem's daughter. Bro, you should be happy she doesn't look like you.
I'm not here to comment on it.
All right, but whatever it is, we're both trash. Nick Cannon, I didn't want him to rap. His rap was trash, and Eminem is relevant to me.
But
Second,
no, hold on. You got to respect Nick though. That someone came at him and he, whether it was trash or not, whether you appreciate it or not, he could have gone and slander him. He did what he's musically.
I guess so.
You can't say you could not appreciate somebody's skill set, but you can't then say, you know, how many real rappers got dissed and never said anything?
I would have preferred if he just used one of his multiple platforms, because I think he has a podcast or a radio show, one of the two.
No, that's
Just
too.
go on there but like don't
That
even.
is too righteous.
No, not even a righteous thing. Just really just make it what it is. Eminem, get the fuck over it. Nobody gives a fuck. I don't give a fuck.
No,
Move on.
No.
Because
He
you
did
go
the-
out there and you
he
put
did
these
the
two
right
songs
thing.
out, and it's like, okay, you put two songs out and they're shit. Now
Well,
we're
I mean,
looking at
that's
you like
subjective to you because you think Eminem's GOAT, and
I've never said Eminem's
well,
go.
whatever. And there you go. So it's subjective to you, but at the end of the day, I'm sure people was out there streaming his shit.
Oh, of course,
People
I'm
gonna
sure people listen
it.
to it, but judging from the one person who heard both songs,
From
and
one
said-
person. That's all you.
But
Oh
what
yeah,
I'm
I
saying-
forgot. It's true.
What
That
I'm
makes
saying
sense.
is, if he puts out two songs and they're shit, it makes him look bad in the long run because it's like nobody gives a fuck about this anyway. And now you put out two songs that make you look like, dude, you
No
shouldn't have
one's
put
gonna
these songs
care.
out.
No one's gonna tell you this guy. Everybody already dissed Nick for his musical career, regardless of the fact. It's Eminem that's really trying to build his career to the point where he's going after Nick Cannon. Bro, if you really
No
want to
one's arguing
revive
here.
his shit, if
compete
you want,
against Jay-Z and
if
all
you
the
want to
people.
get
Yeah,
put
but
So
some,
you got to go against.
I'm not arguing with you on that point. I'm not literally arguing with you on anything. All I'm saying is, if the two songs that he put out are shit, it looks bad on Nick.
no, it doesn't. He defended himself.
Well, no, Nick Cannon.
No, it does because the same
No
way.
one has expectation of Nick being a great rapper. That's what I'm trying to tell you. No one's ever. Nick Cannon's never going to be on anybody's top 100 list as best rappers dead or alive.
It's not even a matter of expectation.
It is expectation.
No, it's
How is it
not.
not expectation? If you're talking about he's going to put out two records that's trash, that's your expectation. It's an expectation.
I keep saying if here because one, I haven't listened to it to say if it's
and
good or
if
not.
is a condition to
I'm
the fact of
saying if
good
it's
enough
bad.
is an expectation.
But like if I'm saying that in the condition of anybody who would to
But it's
do
an
it back. 'Cause even
expectation.
like when you look at when Pusha T went at Lil Wayne, then Lil Wayne came back with a track where it was like fuck Pusha T and everybody who loves him, and the song was trash. It was like, dude, if that's what you're gonna put out, you might as well not put out anything because it makes you look bad.
But it's an expectation. That's all I'm
Because you
saying.
expect Lil Wayne to be good. That's the thing.
That's the whole
You
point.
expect Lil Wayne. Well,
It's
I
an
don't think-
expectation. Period.
Nick Cannon, I really wish he didn't do it, but in the end, he comes out a winner in that whole thing because it's like, yeah, even though it's negative reaction, I'm telling you, it's just trash. Nick Cannon's it's just trash, but it's a negative reaction, but it's still a reaction though. That's the thing. So Eminem is like,
So let me ask you guys a question.
yeah, go ahead.
If this was a schoolyard fight, you're not gonna be proud of the dude who you know can fight but got punched in the eye or punched and defended himself. You're gonna tell me he should have just walked away? That's what you guys gonna respect?
No, you're gonna defend yourself.
Thank
obviously.
you. That's
Yeah, yeah.
exactly what I'm saying.
I'm not saying he shouldn't defend himself. At no point have
Oh,
I
no.
said don't defend yourself, Nick Cannon.
You're just choosing the manner in which you should.
I'm saying do it in the way that makes you look the best.
I think it's not about
How am I wrong for saying do it in the way that makes you look the best?
Hey, if that's the best Nick Cannon can do in rap, and that's the best he can
let
do.
him do it in rap.
Right.
I'm just saying
so
it's
that's
trash.
what he did, and that's what I'm saying.
I'm just
If
saying-
that's what he did, and as somebody who hasn't heard it yet, if it's bad, it makes Nick Cannon look bad. That's
No,
it.
it doesn't.
That's literally all I'm saying. I'm
and
not saying Nick Cannon can't go out there and put 2 diss tracks out there. I've never once said that.
I'm just saying it doesn't make him look bad.
Yeah, think what you
All
want.
right, no, agree to disagree. Evan in the chat said Nick Cannon's a punk bitch. Who? Evan.
I don't know who that is.
Other news. R.I.P. Juice WRLD.
Yeah.
He passed away. Was it yesterday or the day before?
I
think it was the day
think it was
before.
the day before.
I was so sad when that.
No, that was fucked up, man.
I was like, but they Jamal, you don't know who Juice WRLD is?
No.
I'm sure you heard his songs though. I'm sure you heard it before. But
Is that the kid with the dreads or whatever?
yeah.
Yeah, he had dreads.
But didn't he die off some overdose?
That's
Yeah.
what happened. I think they were searching. I didn't remember the whole story, but they said he was searching something.
From what
He
I
ingested
heard,
something
they were saying that he swallowed the pills to hide,
to hide it. Yeah,
but they still found like 70 pounds of like marijuana or some shit. Like, basically, it was dumb. You might as well at that point just.
And
Yeah.
so you guys
Try
are
to
here
fuss him or some
shouting "Rest in peace" for those type of people.
no, but it wasn't
Dude,
like
the guy
it
still
wasn't,
died,
It
fuck.
wasn't a dude.
So what the fuck? Who cares if he swallowed 70 pills?
I didn't say he swallowed 70 pills. I'm saying he swallowed a bunch of pills.
For what
I don't
reason?
know how many to hide
hide
them. But I mean, like, it's still fucked up that somebody died.
Oh yeah, I mean people die every day.
No, but he wasn't like a type of dude that you would hear like
It
you know,
don't
like,
matter, bro.
dumb shit about.
You're taking drugs like that.
Oh, I'm not
You're
saying. I'm not
exposing
saying.
yourself to that shit, bro.
I'm not saying that what he did was
Yeah,
the right
like
thing. Though
nobody's here
that's some
saying
stupid
what he
shit.
did's okay
That's some
or
stupid
we're
shit that he did.
glorifying what he did.
Well, I'm
Or
not
we're just saying
Yeah.
it's fucked up that somebody died.
well, people
We're
die.
like
allowed,
his music,
we're allowed
man.
to say
I like-
RIP
I
to
like-
somebody who passed.
I like Juice WRLD's music. He was actually one of the new rappers I could tolerate.
Yeah, he wasn't bad.
Yeah, he was one of the new rappers I could tolerate. All right, now we can
Well,
get into,
hopefully these rappers learn not to get off this drug shit,
well, have you fucking seen Lil Wayne lately?
bro. These guys are raising up a bunch of fucking fiends, bro. That's why I don't really mess with the new generation of rap. There's a handful of few of them that I mess with.
Now you know why Lil Wayne has platinum teeth, because like you said, with Jewels are drinking so much lean, all his teeth. all his
This guy's
bro.
disrespectful.
That's what you said.
Well, no, but it is because of the lean. It rotten to the inside of his teeth, and he had to get like
Basically rottens you inside out altogether.
surgically, whatever. I forgot what the
Removed?
word is.
I mean, look at what it had done to Gucci Man prior to him, like
and then
basically
he
cleaning up
stopped
his
just
shit.
Waka Flocka. They just stopped drinking
Yeah.
it. Even Schoolboy Q
Well, just
was
in,
talking
like
about
all
it too.
because we know like for both of them they quit everything.
But even Schoolboy Q was talking about it, I
Yeah.
think, around his second album, where he was like, yo, I was drinking like 2 bottles a day, and he just stopped, and like he lost his stomach. He
Yeah.
just came down to a healthy size. And so
like
I'm
that-
just saying, like, obviously it's sad that I think he was 21 that he
Yeah,
died.
21 years old.
But like, I mean, let's be honest, these guys are promoting heavy consumption of like ridiculous amount of drugs. Like it's not even just weed and coke, bro. These guys
It's
are
like
on
medication.
pills
It's like
and all
I
medication.
sorts
think
of
it's
crazy
even
shit.
like it's a deeper thing than the simple promotion of it. It's also like the coping mechanism that they're using these drugs.
because it's promoted to them.
Well, what I'm saying is, it's like you look at basically that rock star lifestyle and like them being on the road all the time, them dealing with whatever anxieties or issues that they've had from trauma that they've sustained from like childhood or even like the situation that they've grown up in. So a lot of times it's deeper than just a simple promotion of it. It's how they use it to cope with difficulties and issues that they have in their life. And I mean, we see that not only just in like these artists, but in like kids today. Like rather than
Bro,
like,
because it's promoted to them.
but that's the thing. Like how every day, every time we record, I ask you like, how's your week? How's your mental health? You know, like that understanding. Like I ask it, you guys may not take it seriously, but I ask it because it's like it's something that should be promoted over
Bro,
hiding
honestly, I'm
or
gonna
masking
tell you
your
something.
issues with
I'm
drug
gonna tell you
consumption.
something real right now. I don't think that shit has nothing to do with no fucking mental health. And I think mental health is the scapegoat for all these fucking delinquent doing dumb shit to themselves. And then they talk about, oh, we all go through some sort of trauma. Our parents went through trauma and they cope with it different than we did. Guaranteed. And I mean, I'm not saying they're bad kids. I'm just saying when you start doing certain things that you know is harmful to your body, you have to be sensible enough to be like, oh, whoa, I'm going to stop this. Like, bro, like rappers been smoking weed for ever since. You know, and even you're talking about the rock star lifestyle, how much of these guys are still around, for one, and how much of these guys who are still around still do that type of shit? And this is the whole thing. It's like all these guys live is like they live in this moment and like they're mollied up and they're promoting it heavily. And all these young rappers from Lil Wayne, I mean, Pimp C talked about what was in his cup. You know what I mean? And then you see it just blew up and it's crazy. And at this point, like, I mean, I feel like a person like Mac Miller, yeah, he did his shit, but apparently he got a bad cut. And that's how he ended up dying. That's why they're going to charge the dude or whatnot, or if he's not already indicted on those charges. But like, I think like that's some real shit. Like, it's sad because he's young. His family have to bury him. He had a good career. Seemed to be a very talented individual from what I've read. And it just sucks that his life ended abruptly for something that I think if it wasn't promoted, wouldn't be in his life.
No, I agree. That's
crazy.
literally what I'm saying.
Crazy stuff, man. Crazy stuff. That's all I have for news.
Stick to weed, fam. I'm just saying.
Want to talk a bit of sports?
No, thank you.
We'll talk.
Not asking you. You guys won this
We'll get
week.
yeah, against Jacksonville. I don't care.
It's still a win.
I don't care. The season's over. It's over.
Well, it's
whatever.
been over.
Wait till next year when
Giants took a sad loss.
Bro,
I won't even blame
what
that.
part of that was a
Listen,
sad loss?
I can't even blame that
It's
on
an
Eli.
OT loss, man. I thought you guys had that,
I
to
would
be
not
honest
even,
with
I'm
you.
not even going to blame that on Eli. Eli
Yeah,
actually played
Eli
well.
did his
I'm not
fucking
even
job.
You know how hard I am on Eli?
Eli
I'm not going to
played?
blame him.
Yeah,
I stopped watching football since like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, Eli played.
you should have went back. Your boy was on TV,
Bro,
and he was killing it.
It was the defense that let them down.
Yeah,
Hey.
defense
It was
fully
the
let them
defense.
down because they really had that game on
I'm
lock.
happy we're literally out. We've been out of the playoffs since the beginning. I've came to terms with it on week 2. I had very hope that we're not going to do well, and I've been proven right.
Eli's probably coming back next year, they said.
As a
Probably won't
water
be for the
boy.
Giants though. He won't be for the Giants though.
Eli's not coming back nowhere. Eli career's over. He better retire. Go
I
play
would
golf with his
die
brother.
if Eli
You know,
goes
but
to a
now
different
because-
team.
You know what's funny about this? You better not laugh too hard because we see what your team does.
Yo, we got Drew Lock. Like I said, he's literally saving Elway's job right now.
And then
I don't know how to feel about
and
that.
then Elway's just gonna go and say, "Hey, we got Eli. Eli has 2 rings. Bring him in."
Oh man, look, if Drew
have-
Lock
I
can keep up what he's doing
I
right
told
now,
you all your QBs within the last year or 2
Hey.
came from the fucking
as somebody
scrapyard.
who hasn't been watching football, please silence. Drew
No,
Lock
I'm just saying.
Drew Lock right now
Bro,
is
why is
saving
this guy
Elway's
mannerism
job.
always like that?
Saving Elway's job, and I don't know how to feel about it. Because on the one hand, I'm like, yo, I really hope this kid can keep this up, build on this momentum.
Let him win next year.
Let's break. But that's the thing. It's like whether he's winning or losing, just keep going out there and putting up decent games. Because like the one thing I'm really liking about him right now, it's like he's making good decisions. He's using all the weapons we have, not just simply doing screenplays, stuff like that. Like he's going deep, he's taking risks, smart decision risks as well, running the offense quite well. So if he can just, the last few games that we have, I think there's 3 games left for us, just work it out real well, find your rhythm, especially with the first team offense, and let's bring that into the offseason. But like I said, on the same side, it's like the better he does, it saves Elway's job, and I am bothered by that.
No one cares.
Last bit of news, NBA. Shout out to Coach Fizdale. He's been released from his purgatory.
Oh man,
He's been released from purgatory.
Look, Fizz, it ain't your fault. It's not your fault. We know exactly who the problem is over there.
Dolan.
It's not your fault.
Dolan.
And look, with all this like talk right now of Masai, like in the Knicks and these connections going on,
Never gonna happen. It's never gonna happen.
I don't know if it's gonna happen or not, but it's not uncommon to see a little bit of a cleaning of house prior to like getting in a new president of operations.
Steve Mills has been there since 1999, right? He was there before Isaiah Thomas.
I know.
Before Isaiah Thomas.
And look,
so imagine
the
that.
smartest thing Dolan could do is start cleaning house.
Yeah, he's not gonna do that.
I don't have hope for him to do it, but it
not
would
gonna do
literally
that.
be the smartest thing he could do. Clean house, let this team just be in the fucking gutters, let them stay in the pits, get a good draft pick, and then just throw the fucking bank at Masai and get him over there.
I don't care about the Knicks. My Lakers, Anthony Davis scoring 50.
Hey, my
MVP.
Magic's actually doing quite well, although we lost to Milwaukee yesterday, but I mean, it's fucking the Bucks, man. They're such a great team. But yeah, we've been doing quite well too.
Good. Sports stuff.
I'm liking the way they're playing right now, man.
All right, let's get into our main topic here.
Our year end.
Yeah, our year-end top music. Jamal, you got some
Talking
trash
top
What?
artists and albums of the decade.
artists and albums of the decade.
In no particular order, obviously. Just this is strictly opinion. So who wants to kick it off?
Go ahead. You've been talking all the time, so go ahead. You
I might as well.
continue.
You don't say much anyways. So obviously you can't talk about music of the decade without talking about the greatest artist of this decade, who is none other than the Canadian royalty Drake himself, who for what is it now, going on 520 weeks on the top 200 Billboard chart since he came in and kicked it off in 2010. The guy is phenomenal, album after album, just putting out nothing but #1 hits, boosting young artists as well. I mean, you can't go wrong.
I could agree with Drake in terms of popularity and everything like that. His albums are hits. As much as Drake is not my favorite rapper, you can't really doubt some of his tunes are catchy
Yeah.
and everything like that. Canadian, no one really cares, but
Hey, man, respect the drip, Jason. He's Canadian. Put it out there. He's one of us.
first of all, no respect. There's only 2 drips. There's Ric Flair drip and Drip Bayless.
Hey, we could do a wrestling pod.
Drip Bayless. That's what we do. Drip Bayless.
Drip Bayless.
That's what we call him now. Drip Bayless. Not Skip no more. It's Drip Bayless.
Respect the drip, Jason.
No, but I see Drake though. Drake could do
I feel like he's just one of those ones that's like you can't talk about the decade of music and not have him there. Like he's literally been there since the beginning of the decade and he's still here, which is incredible in itself. Like there aren't many people you can look at that have had such a dominating 10-year run where every single year you can literally like pinpoint the progress of music and see where he's been influential in that shift as well.
Yeah.
I mean, like you look at like a lot of the stuff that's happening now with like the UK and like Afrobeats movement, he was really a part of like the jump off of that as well. And then like even when you had sort of like a resurgence in the earlier 2010s of like the dancehall reggae scene, he was a part of that as well. It's like he's always had this inclination of where the music's going, and he's always been a part of that for this whole decade.
Yeah,
So
I can see you, Jamal. What do you think? You think with Drake?
Drake, yeah, for sure.
Would you think so, or you?
No, I'll put him at the top of the. Well, not at the top. Second.
who's your number one
Hove.
for this decade?
Yeah.
That's
I
hard for me
mean,
to
he
say.
put out some albums, but I don't know if I would have him like number one in the decade as far as like just music goes.
I think musically, yeah, I definitely put him as number one.
I don't know.
Drake
Like I would put Beyonce before him as number one.
Are we talking rappers or are we just talking?
No, we're
any
just talking music.
any
It's music.
any music.
It's a music decade. Like, yeah, literally. And even if it was rappers, I still wouldn't have Hov as number one. But I mean, your list.
I wouldn't put. I know.
No, I'll put Adele if it wasn't like that. Adele for number one.
She can be there.
Adele, like honestly, I've never seen in my whole life. Well, not my whole life because YouTube hasn't been around my whole life, but she's probably one of the few videos I've ever seen that has 2.7 billion streams on a video.
Calvin Harris.
How much does he have?
Dude, he hits the billions like within a couple days.
Millions, not
Billions, I said. Billions in a couple
Bro, 'cause
days.
these
Calvin
guys are
Harris.
house hit. These are all the pill
Yeah.
monkeys.
That's true. House music is
Who's
everywhere.
also on my list.
Nah, but like I was shocked. I saw Hello. It was like, I was like, I had to.
No,
I
Adele's
remember?
fucking major, man.
I think she had like this decade. I think she's been
Yeah.
the top
Like
artist.
when I look at like just the like my three like female singers, obviously Rihanna, Beyonce, Adele. Like it's
I think also the
without
reason why,
question.
like Adele, when did she step on the scene?
I want to
Say,
say
like, 7 years ago.
Yeah, 7-8 years ago.
Right. I think like Drake had a build up to where he's at, into the like before this decade started. So like for her to have come in 7 years and then
Oh no,
Bro,
like
she's nuts.
undeniable. Like she's easily a number one on a lot of people's lists as well. Because you
artist of the
you look
decade,
at
definitely Adele.
I can't remember where her breakout was, if it was just a single coming out or whatever. But yeah, like her tours sell out in a matter of
Hometown was
minutes.
really her
Like,
breakout.
like she's just when you hear her sing, undeniable talent, undeniable voice. Like that first album, whew,
You trust me,
pulls on the strings of the heart.
I still have it.
Like it's fucking amazing, man. Yeah, no, Adele, incredible.
If we're talking artist, I think from a musical perspective and what she has done, I'll have to say her.
Yeah, like easily.
Well, at least from what I listen to. Like, I'm
Yeah,
sure
no,
there's
like-
other people.
Dude, who doesn't listen to Adele?
No, I'm sure there's other people who listen to other artists who they feel blew up bigger
Yeah.
and have a larger impact in their genre. But I'm talking overall,
Yeah.
she's nice.
What about you,
Anyone else?
Jason?
My best artist of the decade?
Anyone?
I would say, if I had to put it on album, which I really liked, I like Teflon Don by Rick Ross. It was unique. I think Rick
This
Ross. Was,
decade was Teflon Don?
I think so.
Yeah.
I think it was like what 2011.
I think it came out 2011.
Really?
Do a
Let me
quick
check it
check.
again. I think Teflon Don
Let
came
me
out.
jump on Spotify.
Am I wrong?
Check quick. I think it was 2010.
2010.
Like right on the mark.
Yeah. It was unique. That whole album was unique, and it felt like a genuine rap. It felt like a rap video from the 90s, but updated for the 2000s with Rick Ross's flow to it.
Well,
Just-
Rick Ross in general, it's like when you look at like Port of Miami going into what was the second one? Fuck. He had Port of Miami, then he had that second one that had like speeding on it.
yeah,
I can't remember the name of it, but then it was like deeper than rap.
Yeah.
Really
Oh,
like
dude.
put him there.
Deep in Rap was really like, how did I forget that?
Then he had the mixtape Rich Forever,
Yep.
which was just like that could have been an album in itself.
Yeah.
And then Teflon Don came right after that.
Forget. Deeper in Rap.
No, but Deeper in Rap came out. It was
Before-
before.
oh, fuck.
It was
I was
before.
gonna say-
2010, like Teflon Don was just like it was like that little run that he had between the two albums was just like at that point it was undeniable. Rick Ross is just going to be one of those guys that's here to stay for a while.
Yeah, that's what I really like. And Ross, the thing, Ross is not like the best. I wouldn't say he's like the best, in terms of like, he's not the type of person that's gonna come up with like a video like all the time, like a Drake or something like that. But you can see the music videos that he makes, he puts quality in it.
Yeah.
So he's like a showman. You whatever you pay for Rick Ross's music, you're not disappointed. That's
No,
what
I
I like.
agree.
That's what I like about it.
No, and
He'd be one of them I put on my list.
that's the thing. There's not a lot of artists now too that literally give you the full album and it's like front to back, like no skips necessary. You just enjoy every bit of it. And that's one of the things that he's consistently done.
Yeah.
And even if like he's one of those artists too that I don't even compare him to anybody else. I compare him to himself. Like whatever he puts out, it's like, all right, where do I rank this on the Rick Ross list? Not even on like
Well, yeah,
the
that's the
others.
thing. He's so unique. You can't really put him in a category like who is like the closest rapper that you know is close to like Ross.
Ross, honestly,
There's no
As
one
far as
really.
like quality albums,
Not quality, but like a rapper like Ross.
Rick Ross
There's
would
not
be
really one.
literally the mixture of Biggie, Jay, a bit of Nas. Like he's fucking like I don't know how to describe Rick, but like
well, the thing I wouldn't even say Nas. I would say more of like a Ghostface, just in the
no, because like the reason I
in
say
the way
Nas-
of the storytelling.
not only that, but I like the intricate way he positioned his phrases, or even the storytelling part, like
Yeah.
the angles he takes, like it's just crazy. He's gifted.
Because like there's not a lot of people that when it comes to just giving me that like descriptive, like front to back, you're telling me the
but his
story and I
vernacular
see
too,
it.
right? His
Yeah.
vernacular that he chooses to use is just
Very deep
beautiful.
vocabulary, which I appreciate from him, because a lot of times too, it's you get the repetitive stuff, and like I'm one of those people too. Like I look at whether it's rap or anything, like there's a spot for everything, there's a place for everything, and knowing that like he's found his pocket and he stays in his pocket really well.
I've never heard a whack verse. I'm waiting for a whack verse.
That's true. Yeah, as I said,
I don't
quality.
want to whack first. Just
Quality-
keep putting out this shit that
quality
you
when
do,
you got
you
Ross.
know? Like that's like
I've never
he doesn't
heard of-
take bars off. He's always giving you quality, which is what I love about him. Like there aren't a lot of artists that will consistently
And
just
he's very
give,
transparent too,
give you
'cause-
quality.
I mean, I'm Port of Miami for him to talk about like his health scare, explain what exactly happened.
That was a liposuction, dog. That was no health scare. That was a liposuction.
I wouldn't say that. Like, I mean, I wouldn't know what it is, but I'm just saying for him to be as open. I think a lot of time people go through shit and you don't hear about it, even in their raps, and they're just trying to make their rap uplifting. Like when I listen to Rick Ross like record, and I've been a fan from day one. Like you could hear the pain, you could hear the joy. Like he very much conveyed the emotional aspect into his music.
Yeah.
And like he talks about shit that like in his record, like I know people put like really like I remember one of his bars on his second album, I think it was called Only Human, when he's like, my dad never cheered for me at a football game, and he continues to rap about it. Then he talks about like, you know, he never knew football, he never knew chocolate milk made me fart real bad. And you know, somebody would never put that in there, but that's such a descriptive thing. When you think of like not from a basic of like kids, right? Like or like it's just like such a simple thing to say that could be overlooked, but it's so descriptive and it shows you like at the core of it, like he was just never there.
Yeah, because he says essentially what you're trying to say. He's saying a lot of things what people are
Yeah,
thinking.
with very few
but it don't
words, he
say.
could paint a massive picture.
Yeah.
So,
All right.
but the only reason why I wouldn't put him there also too is because like they have like a build up to that
No, it's
decade.
not even a matter of the buildup. It's what have you done from 2010 to 2019?
Well, I mean, shit.
That's all that matters in this conversation.
Yeah,
build up or
Adele still has it. I don't see anybody coming close.
There's one person I think.
Who?
Bruno Mars.
Oh yeah,
Bruno Mars. Yeah. I would put Bruno Mars way up there before Adele.
that guy's good.
Bruno Mars is yeah, he's up there.
That guy's good.
Above Adele?
Yeah. I'll put him
Versace
above.
on the floor? No, I'm not putting him above Adele.
You can't put that
I'm not putting him.
I'm putting him
like,
above
I
Adele.
fuck with Bruno Mars, but I'm not putting him above Adele.
I personally do it.
Adele's
I
made
pers-
me cry. I
Bro,
can't.
like when you not only just that, but when you think of like Adele and like what she did for like not just like the musical scene, but the UK soul, like you have Sam Smith that came out because of him. Like just after, like her influence was like right there. Who else came out? You had Colin Scott, James Arthur, Labyrinth. Like you have so many artists that came out with that whole neo soul, like right after, like, bro, she God, no, I won't
Have you
say.
heard Treasure though? Treasure? That Treasure?
Relax. First off, it's all about Versace on the floor.
Versace on the floor is great, but
That's what it's all about.
Treasure is really good.
That and calling all my lovelies.
Oh no,
All
I'm
right.
not a Bruno.
I want to
Mars fan.
shout out another Canadian artist for his album, 99.9%, Kate Renata. to me, this was like the more so than just like the best album of the decade, just one of the best albums I've ever heard, period. Like he just mixed like funk and disco and just brought a sound to like the dance side of like R&B and hip hop that we haven't heard in such a long time, mixing in like Afro punk beats as well with like the breakdance. Like it was like a gumbo of music genres, but it was so coherent and it was perfect, like front to back perfection. So I have to shout out K-Tron, who's also got an album coming out, I think at the end of the month. So can't wait for fucking that. K-Tron's never let me down on anything, man.
I have no idea who that is. Honestly.
You gotta check it out.
Honestly, I because I don't.
Definitely should check out K-Tron out at 99.9%.
I don't know.
Yeah. And it was one of those albums too that like a lot of the producers after hearing it completely like shifted the way they started making their music. Like from just
But
from
he was
what
on
he
a
put
couple
out.
albums too.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
production wise.
Because like he got really big through like the beginning of SoundCloud, where he was just basically putting out remix after remix of songs.
I know he is.
Like he did like the Janet Jackson "If" remix, which was like the biggest one that he had on SoundCloud. And yeah, ever since then it was just like catapulted him, man. Good old Montreal Ute right there.
Cool. Jamali? Anyone else you put there?
Well, you know my boy Button gotta get mentioned on that list. His
Button?
last two albums, yeah, for sure. Her last two albums are amazing.
I don't know. I didn't listen to really much of Button.
Yeah, he had Rage in the Machine, which is
Rage in the Machine.
I
and,
love that album.
All Love
All Love
Lost.
But I think he had a few more in this.
Oh, for sure. All Love Lost.
Like he had a run.
Yeah, he had like his last few albums are just amazing.
Because yeah, like I think he started the decade with the Ordinary Love shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty much how it started, and then like he had like basically like the Love series,
Yep.
ended with Rage in the Machine in 16.
Yo, I'm looking through Rick Ross's shit.
Uh huh.
It's ridiculous, bro. Like the amount of work, like 2006. That's like why I remember college. You know what I mean? Port of Miami was big in 2006. Port of Miami, 2008. Yes, Triller. 2009, Deeper Than Rap. 2010, Teflon Don. 2012, God Forgive I Don't. Mastermind was in 2014. Hood Billionaire, 2014. Black Market, 2015.
Yeah,
Rather
Ross
Me
had
Than
hits,
You,
man.
2017. Port of Miami 2, 2019. But we not forgetting Black Market, Black Bar Mitzvah, Ashes to Ashes. Like, and all of this came out, and he has so much mixtape in between that. It's crazy. Was Rich Forever on? Rich Forever wasn't an album. No,
No, it was a mixtape.
it was a mixtape.
He has a good body of work, man. Rick Ross knows what he's doing.
Yo, he could.
He got a team.
Oh, he's still on Slip and Slide?
Huh?
Wow, I didn't even know he was still on Slip and Slide. Oh no, he got off.
No, he's not supposed
Yeah,
to no more.
because he's exec at Def Jam.
Yeah, no, that was 2014.
He's been off Slip and Slide for a long time.
But 2014 is not that long ago. It's 5 years ago. His last album was released on Slip and Slide. The album in 2015. I'm watching it right now.
Oh, it's probably the deal he had with what's his face.
Hood Billionaire was on Slip and Slide.
Oh,
That was the last album released on that.
I don't know.
Now he's with Epic.
Anyone else you would put up
Because
there?
because since then he's.
I mean, artist of the decade.
he's had what 4
Obviously,
albums since then?
you think of like, I don't even know who to think of. Like, obviously the Kendricks,
Oh yeah, Kendrick.
I was gonna mention him as well.
the J. Cole.
Pretty much just the whole TDE outfit. You have Kendrick, Absol, fuck you just
Schoolboy
mentioned him
Q.
before. Schoolboy Q, fucking
Isaiah Rashad did well this
Isaiah
decade.
Rashad, yeah. J Rock, that whole crew, man. Then you got like who I think Ari Lennox is a part of them as well.
I want
She's a new one came out.
I want to say
SZA.
like artists. I want to say everyone from ASAP.
Nah.
ASAP Mob.
ASAP Mob.
Yo,
It's-
they put out a
They put out some
fucking
tunes.
movement, man. Yeah.
I prefer ASAP Ferg out of all of them. I don't like ASAP Rocky that much. I don't think.
No, I didn't like his last project, but his earlier stuff, like Long Live ASAP,
Yeah.
Live Love ASAP, like Goldie, what
A$AP
a
Mob.
wicked track. No,
There-
he's got some like some of those vibe out, just like chill out. If you're having a stressful day, you just put that shit on, you just chill out. You know, like
I'm
good
surprised,
shit.
Jamal, you haven't brought up your boy Jimmy, the informant.
Informant.
Bro, why you like that? Bro, you were waving the flag for Dipset.
I don't know any of what he's speaking of.
Yeah, I have no idea what he's talking
He knows
about.
exactly what I'm
I
talking
don't. Don't tell me what I know. I don't. Of course, Jimmy did amazing. Jimmy's not really the decade because like he just started releasing. Musically, like I would say within the last 4 years.
That's what I'm telling you.
Within the last 4 years, he was really solid. I think he's ending the decade really good, and he's going into the new decade with a bit of a head steam, for sure. Shout out to the UK, Krept and Conan. I think they had a very good last 6 years run.
Skepta.
JME, Gets, Wretch 32. All these guys had a great run. Gigs,
Is our UK artist?
yeah, all UK.
Okay.
Jules. is another
Jules,
one.
Lady Leisure. The UK scene got a good 10 years run.
Yeah. But the thing that's crazy is like we've known, like, well, at least we have, because we've always talked about what UK's been doing. Now that like they're really starting to blow up and get like a bit more North American press, you're seeing like what they've been able to establish in the UK, and now it's like going international. It's kind of like what's happening with the Afropunk scene as well.
Oh, for sure.
And like Afrobeat, like you have all those artists that are coming up now and doing big things.
Before at the start of the decade, you only had like Davido. You had who else was? Well, I think Davido was pretty much, but he was in Atlanta, bro. He wasn't really in Africa doing anything. But then you saw the immersion of like Wizkid and Malik Berry and who else? There's so much I can't even think of their names right now. But yeah, a lot of those, the Afrobeat scene is pretty much picked up and is running full steam ahead.
Yeah. No, like that's what I love, man. It's like especially when like you really just go out of
Burna
your
Boy.
way
How
to
did I
like.
forget Burna Boy?
Oh yeah, dog. His album was fucking fire.
No, his album was dope.
Yeah, like just when you really branch out and just see where music's going and what's coming out from just all over the world, man. Like
I'm not gonna
it's
lie,
fucking
like
dope,
within the
man.
last 4 years, apart from the artists that mentioned, the Drake, Kendrick, I haven't really listened to anything on this side of the world. Like I think this side of the world is like I can't stand what's really coming out. Unfortunately, I feel like there's no substance, there's nothing.
Well,
And that's what made me gravitate a lot harder to the UK.
you're sort of right in what you're saying. Like you had all these stupid nonsense rappers like Tekashi and a whole bunch of these garbage.
No, but not only that, just sonically as well. Like I feel like the UK.
no, you got to stay off of like basically what the playlists are,
Yeah, but I'm talking
because
about.
it's always the same shit.
No, but I'm talking about sonically. Like you listen to like a good record from the UK, you're gonna have a bit of Caribbean, a bit of grime, a bit of you know what I mean.
You
Like
can hear where
African
like the influences are.
yeah, and it's such a difference of fresh air, and it's like,
But what I'm saying is like the music here, like right now, like you have too
bro,
much of
it's
the same.
auto tune and
you
808,
have,
bro.
you have
It's
too
like,
much people just rapping about lean. It's like, do I have to? Hear
it's not
this
even about the
again?
content. It's just the sound of it too, right?
Well, no,
like
you-
that's why I love Jimmy's album so much because it was just like completely left.
Well,
like,
you could say like lyrically and whatever. I get it, but you have people like
That's why I say like there's a time and place for it.
yeah,
you know,
like Migos.
Yeah.
I think Migos should be in the top. In the
Oh,
top,
yeah.
In the top from
it's
the
like,
last decade.
and
like
even
that.
to mention it, I was gonna say like someone like Gucci Man, who is literally one of the hardest working artists we've seen, like literally from 2010 till now. I think he was putting out at the very minimum 6 projects a year, and like there aren't many people that are doing, whether you fuck with the
no,
sound
who
or
could
not.
do it? Not even doing it. Who
Yeah,
could?
you
I
know,
don't think.
and like somebody that like his sound is something like if I'm maybe like having like a nice little hang where we're having some drinks, we're about to go out, or if I'm going to the gym, like that type of
I'll
sound
listen to
I'll
Gucci
fuck
Man,
with,
by
you know,
the way.
like I'll want it for that, like him, like the Young Thugs, like those guys, like that's what that's for me, you know, like I find like every sound has its place, you know.
I think every sound has its place, definitely, and I think it's to each their own. Like for me, like there's certain artists from the South that I don't really mess with. Like hands down, Atlanta. Like I can list you the number of people from Atlanta that I mess with. Gucci Mane's not on that list.
You really don't like Gucci that much?
I don't really miss.
love
I don't.
Gucci.
I don't follow like their like for me. It has to appeal to me from a content perspective, and I don't really certain things like that he talks about. I don't really.
You
pick
don't
up
relate
on.
to.
I don't really link
Yeah.
to. Not really my thing. But I mean, I don't know. That's just me.
But definitely the hardest working artist in the decade.
No, I will give him that. No, and you think about every artist who has come about in the last decade from Atlanta, he literally had a hand in their career, which I think is amazing.
Yeah.
He's not my favorite artist, but I could definitely,
Yeah, he's
from a work
definitely
perspective.
opened the door for a lot of these artists now, and even where he's taken a step back in the sense where it's like he's more family oriented, and even in his content you hear that he's still like very much opening doors.
Isn't
for
he
these
the
young
face
artists.
of Prada at some point? this
Yeah,
year?
I believe he was.
He does Prada now?
Yeah, he's the face
Yeah.
of Prada.
Shit.
I mean, you come out of jail looking the way he does, you might as well do some modeling, right? Why the fuck not? Secure the bag.
Gross.
I mean, who else do I think that did well this year? Well, not this year, but this
Decade.
I want to say, and it's not a rap group.
Oh, you
why
think
is
about it? I'm gonna shout out
it's
my
escaping me.
favorite metal band right now, Killswitch Engage, who've gotten me through many gym sessions. Just love that crashing
is that,
sound of the
death
guitars and
metal?
the drums. Huh?
Is it death metal?
No, not death metal. It's just regular metal.
Okay.
Death metal is more like the Slipknots and like them too. They actually put out an album this year. It wasn't that bad.
Slipknot's death metal, is it?
Huh?
Is Slipknot death metal?
Yeah. Fuck with that shit, man.
All right.
You need that little extra oomph when you're on the treadmill. That gets the trick.
I don't really listen to much rock or anything like that. Like the
Yeah.
closest I will probably get to rock is like Linkin Park, and that's
Yeah.
not even really
Because I
considered.
find for me, it's more like they're one of like the newer ones, like the newer guys. I listen
Yeah.
to a lot of the rock I listen to is like the old school shit.
Okay.
It's like the Metallicas, Iron Maidens, Black Sabbath, like that stuff.
Oh, listen, none of
The
them.
classics.
None of them dudes get played around me.
What?
Oh, there's nothing like that, bro.
That's okay, Jamal. You
Not even
know?
Linkin Park?
You don't have to
Nah,
listen
bro.
to metal.
Not even Linkin Park and your boys on
Linkin
it?
Park, man.
Oh, boy.
The best.
Jay Z?
I mean, that was like, bro, there was a smash with the gray out. Bro, cut it out.
The
I
music.
fucking love Linkin
it's
Park, man.
debatable that Linkin Park's song was better than what Jay Z.
Oh, I'm not going to dispute that, but I'm just saying it's not like Linkin Park lifted Jay-Z's career anywhere higher than where it was.
Hey, man, it was a great collaboration. Of
I'm not saying it
two
wasn't
artists,
a great
man.
collaboration either. I'm just saying it wasn't like Jay-Z did new material for their shit. It was like their music and his music clashed together. That's it.
It was beautiful.
Yeah, I think I put Linkin Park, but I don't. What did they come
Yeah.
up with? I haven't been following them for the last couple of years though, because it's just been.
I
Like,
think the last album they put out was in 2017.
I don't
Yeah.
know. I've
But that was a Chester guy died, right?
Yeah.
it sucks.
Like I think that album came out and then he literally like maybe a couple months later passed.
that sucks, man.
Yeah. It does suck, man. RP to Chester.
Anyone else? I can't. That group is escaping me. I just can't. I can't think of it right now.
Of course, Justin Bieber. Promise was a dope body of work.
I love Justin.
Yeah, he definitely
I
needs a
fucks with
shout.
Justin.
I don't care who doesn't. I'm just saying.
Justin's good, man. I fuck with him.
I think Justin Bieber had his best days are behind
Purpose
him.
was a great album. He's supposed to put out journals too. Looking forward to that.
Can't co-sign that.
Why can't you co-sign
What's wrong
that?
with Justin?
Bieber's trash.
What's wrong with Justin?
It's honestly trash.
He didn't do anything to you.
He's a
How is he trash?
He's a souped up Aaron Carter. That's what he is.
Hey,
He's
Aaron
a-
Carter wishes he was
He's a
Justin.
souped up Aaron.
No, but like on a real
Beeves in
on
the
a-
trap,
No,
baby.
but on a real level though, like he's very talented. Like
No,
you can't
I'm not
take
saying
that
he's not
away from
talented.
that.
I'm just
Aaron
saying that-
Carter was not talented. Aaron
I'm
Carter,
not gonna say he wasn't talented. He's just not as talented.
but
as
he
Justin
was.
Bieber.
But I mean, bro, we're all talented. If you want to fucking say that, I'm just saying he wasn't. He only if it wasn't for his brother and the level of celebrity his brother got, no one would give him a chance. Nobody would have given him a chance.
I'm not gonna say that. He got his
I
chance.
can say that for Romeo, but I can't say that for
He made
Aaron.
some cash.
who?
I can say that for Romeo, but I can't say about Carter.
Hey, Aaron Carter made his money.
Oh, really?
I'm not here to hate on the guy.
It's not about money, bro. It's about talent. I'm just saying it's the truth. But
he-
I think Justin
You're
Bieber
just saying, and the
has-
truth are in a direct correlation.
Justin Bieber has a very God-given talent. He can sing.
Yes, he can, but I don't think a lot of the music was just like, nah. It's like
When you listen up, have you taken time to listen to Purpose?
I've listened to his song, and I'm
No.
it comes-
I didn't ask you if you listen to his songs when they come on the radio. Did you take time to listen to his body of work?
Yes, his body of work. I've heard it. Because we live in freaking Canada, Jamali. There's not one
Hey, he's
moment I
allowed
can't
to not
hear
like
his
Justin
music.
Bieber. It's okay.
No. I'm not saying that he's not allowed to like him. Anyways,
I'm not saying he's not talented or he can't sing. What I'm saying is his songs are like things we've heard from before. It's just that he's lyrically, vocally, he's better than a lot of these people that did it in the past. He's essentially Justin Timberlake. If Justin Timberlake had really stick
Well, we
to
could-
pop.
He's another one who had a pretty decent.
But we could
decade.
also say the same thing about we all just sat and agreed that Rick Ross' work were amazing. He also he just talked about the same drug rap that Jay-Z spoke about, that Biggie talked about, that every other rapper before him spoke about, but he did it in his unique way. So if you're gonna praise Rick Ross for having his own unique way, why can't you do the same for Justin?
I just think
Why are you
pop-
going so hard for Justin?
No,
man?
No, it's not hard. I'm just saying the argument is just weak, fam.
I just think pop music is a lot of the same.
Okay, so no, it's not just him, it's pop music.
Yeah, but you have a difference. Like say for like I was saying, Justin Timberlake. Justin Timberlake is pop music, but look at where it evolved to. Chris Brown was essentially, no, I wouldn't say pop music, but look what he
How
evolved
do we
to
not
now.
mention Chris Brown?
I mentioned him now. I'm mentioning him now.
Mr. 54 tracks on a
Breezy.
single album.
Breezy.
That shit was fire.
Okay, can you continue? I'm listening.
That shit was fire, bro.
No, but yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm not, and like I said, Justin Timberlake. To me, I don't find any of his music appealing or anything like that. If you want to put him on your list, cool, that's fine. But to me, I can't fuck with Justin Bieber like that.
Oh no, he's definitely on the list.
All right. Anything else? Anyone guys got something?
Well, for sure, Chris Brown. I think I wouldn't say like musically. I think Rihanna did well, but from a social perspective, I think she did amazing this decade.
With
from
brands, yeah, but music
brands,
was-
her
yeah.
Musically,
philanthropy work.
Musically, this decade, she's literally one of the top.
I mean, I don't think I don't know. I have a feeling like within the last little while, she's been removing herself from the musical space. She's really focusing about her
Well, her last album was 2016,
right.
but still, it's like from 2010 to 2016 of all the music she made, she's literally one of the artists that consistently was in the
That's
top
why
10.
I said in the latter part of it,
Yeah.
she moved on to like her organization and what she's dealing with, and I think that's dope in itself, right? That's a sign of growth. So
But yeah, you definitely like, just remember like some of the hits she had, fuck. Especially when she had like that Calvin Harris run. Untouchable, fuck.
yeah, and then when Drake was writing her records, that was also good.
Yeah.
That Work record was amazing. Was it Drake or Party Next Door who wrote that?
Party
record?
Next Door.
But that was still a dope record, bro. I could listen to that in 2035 when I'm in the nursing home.
What about them new dudes that came out for the guy who calls himself the new king of R&B? What's his face?
Or
Jack
Jacquees?
Jacquees or Jacquees or what? the
No,
fuck
he
his name
doesn't
is.
have enough longevity to.
He
Yeah.
was last year or the year before. He was like
Like, he had a
hits.
smart fucking run, but I mean,
just fell off.
I don't know him since the
didn't fell
2010s.
off.
Well, I haven't heard him in a while.
No,
Whose
he's
project
there.
was he just on?
Jacquees?
Yeah,
I'll
he
put
just.
Jeremiah-
Wasn't he on
I literally just heard a track from him.
wasn't he on Fab's project?
Yeah, I think he was on Faz, and there was another one he was
He
on.
was on Meek Mill's project.
Yeah. No, he's been putting out a lot of
he's
features.
nice. Like Jacquees is really nice. Like I'm not boosting his shit, but I think he's really talented as well.
I was gonna say,
And he's supposed to feel like he's the king. That's what the competition is.
I respect it.
The reason why Kobe's so great is because he felt like he was going to be better than Jordan, and so therefore you get something to aspire to. I think that brings you to your.
I'm not saying he's not talented. I'm just saying that, like, what about him? Like, I would put like what's his face, but Jeremiah is like a feature dude. He's not like an album dude. He's like you put him on a track and he's gonna kill it. He's like the Nate Dogg of R&B.
What the fuck?
Yeah, Jeremiah has some good features.
Yeah.
No, I would say more so the Nate Dogg of R&B right now would be Ty
Yeah.
Dolla $ign.
You think so?
Dog, put Ty Dolla $ign on a feature, he is killing it.
I don't
Easily.
know.
And the thing about him too is
I'm not
like
saying
a,
he's bad, he's
a
good.
lot of times he'll be doing vocals on a track and like they don't even have a feature, but like he's the one that's killing it the most in the background. Like he does that a lot.
I don't know. Who else could I put in as another alternative artist?
Tame Impala.
Who?
They didn't have enough.
Oh,
I just like
I
them.
know. What's his face? Robin Thicke.
No, come on.
Yeah. Come on. You have to put it. You have to put him there. You have to. As much as anyone was thinking.
2 solid albums, I'll give him that, but I can't. For the decade? No, come on. Relax. Relax.
Come on.
He did better on that show with Kevin Hart.
What show?
Was it The Real Husbands of Hollywood?
Real
That comedy show? He did better on that than a lot of his music outside of those first 2 albums did, bro.
Oh, I know. He's Canadian too. Michael Bublé. Michael Bublé. Yeah.
Undeniable. His Christmas album is
Christmas albums are
fucking
the best.
amazing.
He's the new king of. He's the new king of Christmas. And when it comes to music, he's good at Christmas.
Like easily. Now he's in those like bubbly commercials.
Oh, yeah.
Securing the bag, baby.
Yeah. Jamal, you got anyone else?
I'm trying to think.
Some last artists to
Well, of course,
cap
Beyonce got
off.
mentioned, right?
yeah.
Yeah,
We gotta go in. Yeah, man. Beyonce. I mean, shit. Lemonade was it was a moment in time. It really was. Her just putting it out there that Jay-Z cheated. And then, like, just how it became a whole, like, it literally was, like, you had the Beyonce self-titled album, which was all about their love and their happiness. And then Lemonade comes out and you're like, yo, what the fuck is going on? But then, like, Lemonade leads into 444. And then him having his, like, I don't even want to call it like a coming of age thing. It was just more like him just coming to understanding of who he is as a person, where he
started
needs
dress
to grow.
properly after 40-something years with dressing like a child. What?
He's been dressing more proper since Kingdom Come, bro. What are you talking about?
Jay Z just started wearing
his
suits like
Black
like,
Album,
Like Jay Z started dressing like a girl.
He's been
band,
dressed like an adult since Kingdom Come. Fuck you talking about?
he's
Point is,
saying.
like, what those two, especially like them capping off that whole run with the Carters. Honestly, either it's like this shit really happened and they just allowed the music to tell the world where they are, or this was one of the most elaborate PR stunts to put out 4 solid fucking albums.
4.
Because Beyonce self-titled, then Lemonade, then 444, and then the Carters. If you look at that
And then
run,
Solange.
I'm not gonna put her in that. Like, even though what Solange had, like, her album doesn't really touch on
But I'm
their
just saying,
situation at all.
that whole incident revived her whole fucking career.
Yeah. But it's like, I'm just
Gave-
looking at
gave
those
her a
two,
career.
looking at Beyonce and Jay-Z, that fucking run, in fucking incredible. But yeah, Beyonce, up there, man. And then, like, her 2 performances at Coachella, fucking fire, bro. 2 solid, like, I don't know if you guys saw, like, the documentary she put out on Netflix where she's talking about, like, the preparation of, like,
Yeah,
after
I've seen it.
giving birth and then basically having, like, a few months to get her body ready to, like, do this whole fucking performance. Incredible, man.
I was gonna say one more artist, not my favorite artist. I only like really one of her songs, but like Taylor Swift.
Yeah, you got to give
Much
it to
as
her.
much as I don't like
You
her
gotta
music
give
so
it to
much, you have like she's like
Yeah.
she goes anywhere she sells out.
Yeah.
Essentially what it
She's
is.
one of those people who's like, I don't look for her music, but because it's everywhere, you end up knowing every fucking word to it just because it's always on.
Played everywhere,
Like,
every
it's
time, all the
always
time.
on. Like, I'll just be hearing it and like I like I said, like, I don't check for shit. I don't know when her shit's coming out, but you know every fucking single she has.
And Katy Perry too. I'll put Katy Perry in that list too.
Not really.
I would put Katy Perry on the list.
Not really, not for me. I liked earlier Katy Perry, but now, nah, not so much.
It got too much pop now.
I mean, she was always pop. Yeah, like she was always a pop artist. I was, nah, kind of like, fell off of that.
What, too much gimmicks in her videos and all that stuff now? Or I don't know. She does a lot of gimmick stuff in her video as compared to before. Yeah, I don't think I have anyone else that I can think of. Tyler, you have anyone you can think of? Best artist of the decade?
Favorite artists, favorite albums, things of that nature. Oh,
I'm trying to think. There's nobody.
I think we've run a pretty decent list.
Yeah. Bieber's underrated? What?
Definitely underrated. Tell him again. Justin fucking Bieber, baby.
Hands down.
Jeez.
Dog, look, first off, he's got to tip his hat to Diplo, just providing some of the best beats ever.
Oh, Christina just sent me, she's watching. She sent me Ariana Grande.
Yeah. I'll put her up
Punk.
there.
Look, you're naming all this stuff, Daft Punk and all that stuff too.
The thing about Daft Punk, it's for this decade.
Yeah, it's not enough.
Like, yeah, they don't have enough for this decade to be like one of the
when did Tron
top.
come out? When did Tron come out?
If it did come out in the beginning of this decade, like
Then
it's
whole
that,
album-
and then
that whole album
it's the
was ridiculous.
soundtrack, and then it's their album.
That whole soundtrack was ridiculous.
No, I'm not saying it's not bad. Like
Ridiculous.
it's definitely, I could put it as like one of the albums of the decade because it really was like an amazing album.
Yeah, Ariana. Oh, Christina said Shawn Mendes. I don't know.
I don't know. He's probably one of those artists too. Like if I heard his song, I wouldn't know it's him, but I would know all the words because he's probably like one of those radio guys.
Another girl, Camilla Cabello, but I don't. These are newer artists. So
Isn't
I don't
she
really,
Canadian? Or am I thinking of someone else?
No, you're talking about. I know who you're talking about, but it's not her. No, she's American. She was part of like Fifth Harmony and stuff like that.
Oh,
The
okay,
small short
yeah.
girl, yeah.
Oh no, who am I thinking of?
Alicia Carr, probably you're thinking.
Yeah,
About. Yeah.
We got to
Yeah.
shout out Nipsey. He was also artist, big artist this decade.
well, he had one of the hip hop albums of the decade, I would say, because I fucking kill that shit to this day, man.
If you're bumping it, yeah, why not?
Definitely.
Damn shame what happened to him too. R.I.P. to the GOAT.
Oh, that's dope.
Yeah, I don't know who else I can think about.
No, we've gone through a pretty decent list. A lot of decent genres too that we've touched on. I don't know what else there could be.
No clue. Want to give a preview for our next week's episode? What we're going to talk about?
Talking TV.
TV is a decade. There's a lot to talk about. That.
There's too much to talk about when it comes to TV.
And everyone, there's going to be reality TV. There's going to be a whole bunch of stuff.
Oh yeah. There's gonna be some love. There's definitely gonna be some hate.
I know you guys are going to talk about the challenge.
Oh yeah, I'm talking
That's
challenge.
good. They're on that.
I'm talking challenge for sure.
In fact, since I knew it was on, I didn't see it. I haven't watched a season. So you guys, if you want to talk about that now, we have a few minutes so you can talk.
No, we'll save it for next
All right,
week.
Save it.
Well, we
Save
can
it
talk
for
about it
next
now.
week.
Well, I mean, it's not even over yet anyway.
We save.
Is it
Yeah, that's what I'm
part one or
saying. We might as well save it for next week.
All right. Save
Well,
it.
I think there's going to be a third part. I don't think by
I
next
hope.
week it's going to
Look,
be
if
over.
if it's not finished by next week, we'll just talk about next week regardless. But yeah, like save the TV stuff for next week, man.
Oh, and Christina said Cardi B and Nicki Minaj for sure.
I would say
Nicki.
Nicki over Cardi.
Nicki over Cardi.
Because
yeah.
Cardi came a bit late in the decade, but
Yeah.
Nicki for sure. Like she came up with fucking Gucci and all those people, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, easily. You got. How did we forget Nicki? Fuck, what's wrong with us?
Because she had a high peak and a very low after
But you
that.
know, even regardless of like the peaks and valleys, like a lot of what we hear now with like the female rappers, thank Nicki.
Yeah.
Like, thank Nicki. She fucking did that for you guys.
Yep.
All right. So yeah, next week we'll be talking TV shows.
Yeah, let's tune in.
That's going to be a great combo because I know a couple shows I'm going to be boosting, and a couple shows I'm going to be shitting on.
There's so many new, like the TV quality is so good right now. You can put a like.
There's too much.
By the time next week we can have a new show you can put up. That
Yeah,
start next week. That's
for
how
sure.
good TV is.
There's
getting right
there's just too much. I'm definitely going to have to really sit down and curate that list for that one. Because like I said, there's a few shows I know right off the top of my head that I want to boost up, and a few that I'm just going to be shitting on.
now. Yep.
All right. Any final thoughts? Any final praises to be sent out?
Not really. No final thoughts.
Nope.
Same old. Oh, I want to address something. Akeem, I saw what you posted on Instagram. We did not slander you. In fact, I was actually standing up for you. It was Jamali and Matt who were slandering you.
I stated facts.
Whoa. Even in his clip, I say, I love Akeem to death. And that's when he cuts it.
But who said you're going to rely on Akeem? He said something like that.
Yeah, it was a look. It was
I
a
said
jab,
he was a
but I
he was
literally
a
say I
comedian.
love Akeem to death. So
Right,
it's
you
in
did say
there.
that. Okay. And
It's
Jamali?
literally in his
What do
clip
you
that he
mean?
posted.
I stated the fact that he was a comedian. What the fuck did I state
You're
wrong?
the biggest hater here, so we all know where that stands.
What is it bad to be a comedian?
No, he's a comedian. But
It's all in the context and your sarcasm.
What the fuck?
you're saying yes because he's a comedian. He has his opinion doesn't matter.
No, what I was stating as a comedian, there's a lot of sarcasm in what he says. He does things for reaction.
Sounds like you're copping please right now.
I'm not copying shit. You know me for how long? Longer than this
Yeah.
motherfucking decade.
I know you.
You know I don't bend to shit. So shut the fuck up.
It sounds like
No, I
You
say
won't
what
admit to your own
I say
sarcasm.
what the fuck I say and I stand by it. I've never been one to bend to please people. So,
all right, copping please.
bro, that's what you do, bro. You keep that shit up.
Who's copping a plea here?
You keep that shit up.
Getting mightily offended.
Yeah, because you're talking out your ass.
Language, Jamali. Jeez. Why are you so angry?
Nah, Jamali's not angry.
All right,
I see.
guys are way shoot, you know.
I've seen Jamali angry. Jamali's not angry yet. I tell you, when Jamali fought the old man,
Dude, I know.
when Jamali fought the old man, that was
First of all, you keep saying that shit like I went to fight somebody.
No, I was there.
defending myself.
yeah, because he pushed you.
Statute of
for no reason.
limitations?
Huh?
Fucking statute of limitation. This is high school shit.
Yeah, it was high school. It was hilarious. It was one of
Yeah,
the
I'm
most,
just saying,
It was
man.
one of the best times that I've ever had at St. Luke. From that moment there, that moment there was one of the most hilarious I've ever seen.
All right.
He deserved it though.
Is that it? Is that all?
Yeah, man, that's it.
All right. Thank you guys for tuning in to another episode of the Don't Be Mad podcast. As always, you know you can reach us on Twitter and Instagram at Don't Be Mad Pod and on Facebook at Don't Be Mad Podcast. Tune in next week. We'll be talking about our favorite television series of the decade. And then that'll possibly be the last one before we go on holiday break.
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, man. What a year's gone by already. Everybody stay safe. Take care. We'll see you next week. Peace.
Take care.